Hey guys, morning and welcome to update 9 of Solar Corp. So for the features in this, I created a targeting system, which is going to be especially important for something like aiming your weapons. I overhauled the graphics pipeline, which basically, because this actually took up a lot of my time, I swapped it out and the graphics looked like, well, they looked like this. So then I had to systematically go through and solve all the errors. And now they look much better. So when we get into the game, I'll show you that. I made it so that ships become hostile when you shoot them. So if you're in the system, you randomly shoot another person's ship, they'll start shooting back. I put paint on ships now, and then I also added graphics to the drone, so it's no longer that white pill. All right, let's get into it. So a few things you'll notice. First, you'll notice that the ship is actually painted now, and I'm gonna play around at some point with swapping out paint colors, so this isn't the final paint job. It should be customizable. And also, I've added indicator lights on either side, and this applies to both ships, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. As you go through this, if something looks different, it's probably due to this big graphics update that I made because, like I said, it messed up a lot of things, so I had to rebuild a lot of things from scratch, including stuff like the jump effect. So now about targeting. If I look at one of these ships and I want to find out more about it, I can hover over it and press the T key to target. You'll see that the ship shows up in the bottom right, and it shows my distance to the ship, as well as its health and shield down at the bottom. So you can just cycle through targets here. You can target things that are far away. And this is going to be a much more convenient way to handle things, because the other thing is if I target someone like this, you'll see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crosshair that follows out in front of them. But yeah, that's pretty much the targeting system. And the next thing I wanted to show you was the drone graphics. So I'm going to restart this. And then I'm going to park so that I can see the drones. Alright, so we have some ships arriving. I'm going to wait till that one drops its drone. Or maybe it already did. I see some drones flying down here. So if you see the drone, you'll see it looks like a little spaceship. Let's get a better shot of it here. And it's flying along its path. And then it turns from a spaceship into something that walks. You can see one here executing a trade and head it back out. So I figured that looks a little bit better than a gray capsule, although I'm not 100% satisfied with the graphics, so I may go back and overhaul him at some point. Alright, so the final thing that I want to show you is around weapons. So here's my ship. Let's get it outfitted with some weapons. I'm gonna do an LMG and a sniper. So let's do this. Let's cause some havoc. Let's go around to where the strike is and let's lob a few shots just to see what it does. Okay, alright, well this turned into a madhouse. Some of them shot other ones, and so that's why they're trying to blow each other up. That one's chasing me and shooting me with missiles. Alright. Oh. Well, I made it pretty far. As you can see at the bottom right. Oh. He must have hit someone else, because now someone else is trying to shoot at him. That is an error, one that I've been trying to track down for a while. So hostile interactions look a little bit different. And speaking of hostile interactions, I'll end the video off in a hostile sector here. So let's take a visit to Nightshade. This will also show you that I've changed the way that the jump graphics look. I'm not sure if I'm 100% happy with it, but one of the things is they look a little less cool because one of my shaders broke and I have to rebuild it in another language, so that's going to be a hassle. Alright, okay, I got people shooting at me, shooting at each other. It's begun. Oh goodness. The shield graphics also new though. Yeah, there's the end of this week's update, so stay tuned and I will show you guys more next week. So next week for upcoming plans, I plan for you to be able to save your game when you're playing, I plan to finally get to sound design, which is something that I've been putting off for far too long now. I'm going to tweak the dogfighting because when I was playing with it this week, I noticed that the dogfighting was not really easy, especially trying to aim at another ship in space, so that needs some work. And then also, I think the inside of the stations could stand to be spiced up a little bit more. So, and the other thing is I want to add a second entrance to the shipyard because no one wants to have to walk down that super long corridor every time. Like usual, if you want to go and download this game, you can go on to Discord and download it. And I would actually recommend joining Discord for another reason. So the time at which I'll be able to put this on Steam Early Access is coming up. It's getting closer. Again, I want just the game to feel a little bit more solid before I do that. But I'm also planning on giving away a lot of free keys to people who are on my Discord. So if you haven't joined my Discord yet, I would plan to do that. Yeah, and if you join that Discord, you can also get sneak peeks into things that I've been working on before I release them in dev updates like this, or you can chat directly with me. So definitely worth it. And that's all. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk next week.